Here's something nobody believes until seeing. Statistics. Babe Ruth, known for home runs, known for power, known for being heavy, being slow, being slugger, not runner, not base stealer, not athletic. In traditional sense, stole home 10 times. In career, 10 times. Home plate, 90 feet. From third, hard as steel. In baseball, most dangerous. Steal, most athletic. Steal, requiring speed, timing, courage, intelligence. Ruth did it 10 times more than. Rickey Henderson, more than. All greatest base, stealer, in history, man who stole. 1,406 bases, total, but home, only 8 times. Ruth, 10 times. Fat Ruth, slow Ruth, heavy Ruth. Old Ruth stole home, more than. Henderson, more than. Lou Brock, more than. Ty Cobb, in modern era, more than. Almost anyone can believe that story, that stat. That's Ruth, defying expectations, defying physics, defying everything. People think they know about him, about baseball, about what's possible when fat guy decides. He's stealing home and does it successfully, repeatedly, impossibly 10 times. First time. Ruth stole home 1918. Still young, still relatively. Light, still mostly. Pitcher, not yet. Slugger, not yet. Legend, playing for Red Sox, before Yankees, before fame, before everything. Game against, athletics, Ruth on, third base, crowd small, Fenway Park. Afternoon game, modest attendance. Nothing special, expected, but watching. Ruth on third, taking lead, bigger than normal. Pitcher working, slowly, very slowly, taking time. Between pitches, not watching. Third, not expecting anyone to run, especially not. Ruth, big Ruth, slugging Ruth, power Ruth, not stealing Ruth. Athletics catcher, relaxed, too relaxed, expecting nothing. Ruth watching, both, studying, calculating, every movement, every habit, every tell. Pitcher has rhythm, pitcher winding, up, high leg, kick, committed, to plate. Ruth breaking for home, exactly right. Moment, sprinting, full sprint. 90 feet, heavy legs, pumping, arms swinging, face determined, pitcher seeing, peripheral vision, too late. Throwing home, late, off balance, wild throw, catcher scrambling, Ruth sliding, hard slide, aggressive slide, Ruth style, spikes high, dust flying, cloud of dust, umpire watching, close play, very close, ball arriving, Ruth arriving, same moment, umpire hesitating, thinking, deciding, arms spreading. Safe, crowd erupting, small crowd, but loud, shocked. Ruth stole home, fat, Ruth, slow Ruth, how? Ruth jumping, up, brushing dirt, from uniform, smiling, that smile, that confident, impossible smile, just stole, home, first time, not last, time, just beginning, of career, of 10 successful steals, of home that nobody remembers. Because Ruth, known for other things, for homers, for power, for being, heavy, not for, this, not for, speed, not for, stealing home 10 times, more than. Henderson, but true, completely true, statistically true. Ruth stole home 10 times. Each starting, 1918, continuing, through career, last one, 1928, 10 years, 10 steals, 10 impossible moments when fat guy did what fat guys don't do, shouldn't do, can't do, except Ruth did repeatedly. 1921, Yankees now, Ruth hitting, home runs, record pace, 60 home, runs, coming, everyone knowing. Ruth is slugger, power hitter, not runner, not stealer, definitely not. Base stealer, but Ruth never cared. What everyone thinks, game against, Indians, late August, hot afternoon. And at Cleveland, League Park, Ruth on, third, close game, late innings, 7th inning, tie game, matter of. 1 run, Indians pitcher, young, talented, future star, focused, on batter, big batter, dangerous batter, cleanup hitter, must get, out, must prevent, run, concentrating, on pitches, on location, on sequencing, on everything, except Ruth, on third. Big mistake, fatal mistake. Ruth taking, lead, big lead, bigger than, normal. 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps, down line, toward home. Bore pitcher not, noticing, not caring, Ruth just slugger. Won't run, won't steal, can't steal, too slow, too heavy. 220 pounds, now. Heavy Ruth, tubby Ruth, not stealing. Ruth, pitcher winding, Ruth reading, every movement, leg kick, high, hands going, back. Body committed to plate, no stopping, now. Ruth breaking, full commitment, full sprint, heavy legs, churning, pumping, arms swinging, wild, face showing, effort, real effort, breathing hard, but moving, fast, faster than anyone expects. From Ruth, from big, man, sprinting home, 90 feet, feeling like, mile, pitcher seeing, late, too late, rushing throw, wild throw, high, over catcher's, head, catcher jumping, missing, ball rolling, to backstop, Ruth sliding, unnecessary slide, but sliding. Anyway, Ruth style, always style, safe, dugout erupting, teammates celebrating, jumping, screaming, Ruth stealing, home, again, second time, career, Ruth standing, breathing hard, very hard, hands on, knees, smiling, through exhaustion, and through effort, through triumph. Indians manager, screaming at pitcher from dugout, red-faced, furious. How did you let him steal home? He's babe, Ruth, he's not. Fast, he's not. Runner, what were you thinking? Pitcher standing, on mound, no answer, no excuse, no words, just embarrassment, just shock, just Ruth. Being Ruth, doing impossible, making heavy. Look fast, making slow, look quick, making 220 pounds, look like 160 for 90, feet for 1, moment for 1, impossible. At play, that Ruth, made possible, through timing, through intelligence, through refusing, accept what others thought possible, key to, Ruth's success, stealing home, not speed, intelligence, reading pitchers, understanding timing, knowing exactly when to break, when pitcher committed to plate, when catcher not ready, when everything perfect for 90-foot sprint. That Ruth could make just barely with perfect timing, perfect read, perfect execution. Speed helps, obviously, is but timing more important, intelligence more important, understanding game more important. Ruth had all that in abundance, plus courage, plus confidence, plus belief that rules don't apply to him, never applied, never will. If Ruth wants to, steal home. Ruth steals, home, physics, be damned. Expectations, be damned. People saying, can't, be damned. Ruth doing it anyway, 10 times, proving everyone wrong every time. 1923, another steal, home, against Tigers. Ruth on third again. And as pitcher young, inexperienced, nervous, facing Ruth at bat, big moment, pitcher concentrating, too much, on batter, forgetting runner, fatal mistake against Ruth. Who's watching, who's calculating, who's waiting for exactly this moment, this mistake, this opportunity. Pitcher delivering, Ruth breaking, third base, coach screaming, "No, babe, no!" Too late. Ruth committed, sprinting, sliding, safe, third steal, home, career, Tiger pitcher, looking shocked, looking confused, looking at, in third base, coach, who's shrugging, what can you do against Ruth, against physics, against someone who refuses to accept limitations, teammates remembering, Ruth stealing, home, Lou Gehrig, interviewed years later. People don't believe me when I tell them Babe stole, home, 10 times. They think I'm joking, exaggerating, making it up, then I show them statistics, show them records, show them proof. And they're shocked. Babe Ruth, slow babe, heavy babe, stole home 10 times. Yes, he did. I saw. Most of them. Wasn't speed, was timing, was intelligence, was babe, understanding pitchers better than they understood themselves. He'd watch from third base, see pitchers, pattern, see when. He committed to plate, see exact, moment to break. And he'd go, full sprint, heavy legs, pumping, arms swinging, dust flying, always close, always exciting, always successful. When Babe decided to steal home, he stole home. That's just how it was. That's Ruth. Undefying everything. We thought we knew. Tony Lazzari also remembering. The funniest part was opposing managers after game, screaming at pitchers. How did Babe Ruth steal home? On you, he's fat, he's slow, and pitchers having no answer. Because, yeah, he was heavy, yeah, he was slower than most, but he was also smarter than everyone. And when he ran hard, committed, fully. That's what people forget about Babe. Yes, heavy, but also athlete, real athlete, who could do things people didn't expect, including stealing home 10 times more than Henderson, which sounds impossible, but isn't, because Babe made impossible possible always. Rickey Henderson, learning this stat years later when told Ruth stole home 10 times, Henderson's 8. Henderson laughing, man, Babe Ruth stole home more than me. I stole 1,400 bases, but home 8 times. Babe 10, that's crazy. That's baseball showing you can't judge. Book by cover, can't judge. It be player by size. Babe was smart. That's what people miss. Speed gets attention, highlights, stats. But intelligence wins games. Intelligence steals home when nobody expecting. That's what Babe had. Baseball intelligence, off charts. He knew when to run, knew when, pitcher vulnerable, knew exactly. Right moment, better than anyone. That's why he stole home more than me, not speed, intelligence, respect to Babe for that. Statistical paradox. Interesting. Yes, worth examining. Henderson, fastest base, stealer, history, career dedicated to stealing bases. 1,406 total records. That will never fall. But home 8 times. Why? Because stealing home different than stealing second, third. Home requires 90 feet. Sprint, while pitcher throwing 60 feet. Ball travels faster than runner. Always. Only way. Success, perfect timing, perfect read, perfect execution. Henderson, fast, fastest, but cautious. Smart, calculating risk versus reward. Eat home steal, high risk, low reward. Henderson chose carefully. 8 times, worth it, 8 times, perfect moment. But Ruth, 10 times. Ruth chose differently. Ruth loved risk, loved challenge, loved doing what people said impossible. Home steal, perfect for Ruth. High risk, good. Low reward, doesn't matter. Impossible for fat guy, better, 10 times. Ruth found moment, found opportunity, found way to make heavy, look fast, make slow, look quick, make impossible, look easy. 1924. All another home. Steal against Senators. Washington, Griffith Stadium, hot summer, day, big crowd. Weekend game, Yankees versus Senators, rivalry game, important game. Ruth on, third, 1 out. Runners scoring, position, Senators pitcher, Walter Johnson, best pitcher in baseball, maybe ever, legendary pitcher, future Hall of Famer. Big train they call him, fastest pitcher alive, fastest delivery in baseball, nobody runs. On Johnson, nobody steals. On Johnson. Too dangerous, too fast. Oh, too good. Johnson facing. Tough batter. Yankees cleanup. Must concentrate. Must focus on getting out on preventing, run, on winning, game, Ruth taking, lead, from third, Johnson glancing, once, twice. Not worried, Ruth won't, run, nobody runs, on big, train, especially Ruth, heavy Ruth, slow Ruth, power Ruth. Stealing against Johnson, impossible, unthinkable, won't happen, can't happen. Johnson focusing, on batter, on location, on strike, zone, on everything, except Ruth, who's watching. But who's studying, who's seeing, something, nobody else, sees. Tiny hesitation, in windup, barely noticeable. Fraction of, second, where Johnson checks runner, then commits, to plate. That moment, that tiny moment, Ruth sees it, calculates timing, calculates distance, calculates everything. In instant, Johnson winding, Ruth breaking. Exact moment, Johnson commits, perfect timing, perfect read, perfect Ruth. Sprinting home, Johnson seeing, peripheral vision, can't believe. It, Ruth, running, yell on him, impossible, but happening, right now. Throwing, best throw, can make, fast throw, accurate throw, Johnson throw, catcher receiving, perfect. Ruth sliding, close, very close. Closest yet, dust exploding, bodies colliding, ball, Ruth, tag, all same, moment, umpire watching, carefully, intently, thinking, deciding, arms spreading, safe, crowd gasping, cannot believe, Ruth just stole home, against Walter, Johnson, against legend, against big, train, against fastest, pitcher in baseball. It's an impossible play, impossible steal, impossible Ruth, fourth steal, home, career, against Walter, Johnson, legendary pitcher, best pitcher, alive, Johnson standing, on mound, shaking head, slow shake, disbelieving, respecting, Babe Ruth just stole, home, against him, against legend, against reputation, against everything. That said, impossible. Ruth standing, brushing off, uniform, looking at, Johnson, not gloating, not celebrating, excessive, just nod, competitors nod, respect, between greats. Yort got you, this time. Johnson nodding, back, respect, returned, acknowledged, two legends, two greats, two hall of famers, one impossible. Play that Ruth made possible through timing, through intelligence, through being. Ruth, who steals, home, even against. Walter Johnson, even against. Big Train, even against. Best pitcher, alive. Because Ruth is Ruth, and Ruth does impossible always. Opposing catchers, hating when, Ruth on, third, knowing, possibility, always there, that Ruth. That might run, might steal, might do, impossible. One catcher, interviewed, 1920s. Having Ruth on third, terrifying. Not because he's fast, because he's unpredictable. You'd think, safe, think, no way. He runs, too slow, too heavy, too risky. Then suddenly, he's running. Full sprint, Ruth's timing, perfect. Always perfect. He knew exactly when to break. When pitcher couldn't stop, throw. That wasn't ready. When everything lined up for him, that's what made him dangerous. Not speed, timing, intelligence, understanding game better than us. Pitchers also remembering being victimized by Ruth's home steals, one pitcher decades later. Coach always saying, watch Ruth on third. He'll steal if you're not careful, I'd think. Ruth, fat Ruth, steal home, impossible. Then he'd do it. To me, I'd be standing there, ball gone, Ruth safe, home, me looking, stupid. A learning lesson about assumptions, about judging, about Ruth, being Ruth, no matter what size, what speed, what expectations. Ruth did what Ruth wanted, including stealing home, on me, on everyone, 10 times, career more than Henderson, more than anyone expected, more than physics suggested, possible, but Ruth, possible, always. Last time, Ruth stole home, 1928, 33 years, old, heavier than ever, 240 pounds, maybe more, knees hurting, back aching, age showing, speed gone, and long gone, if ever, had much, but still. Ruth, still believing, still confident, still seeing. Opportunities, others missed, game against, White Sox, Ruth on, third, pitcher young, confident, maybe two, confident, not watching, third, not expecting. Old Ruth, heavy Ruth, slow Ruth. To run, fatal mistake, rookie mistake, Ruth breaking, one last, time, legs pumping, breathing hard, harder than, before, than younger, days, but moving, still moving, fast enough, just barely, fast enough, sliding. Oh, last home, steal, career, number 10, safe. Ruth standing, slowly, carefully, body protesting, but smiling, still smiling. Did it. Again, one more. Time, last time, but what? Time, what way, to end, career, of home, steals, 10 total, more than. Henderson, more than, almost anyone. Modern era, impossibly, beautifully, perfectly, Ruth. Statistics don't. Lie, babe, Ruth, stole home, 10 times, career, Rickey Henderson, 8 times, Lou Brock, 7 times, Ty Cobb, modern era, 8 times, Ruth. 10, leading them, all, in category, nobody associates with him, category that requires speed, timing, athleticism, category that, fat guys, don't dominate, shouldn't dominate, can't dominate, except Ruth dominated anyway, not through speed, through intelligence, through timing, through understanding, game better than anyone, through refusing, accept limitations that others placed on him, fat, yes, slow, relatively, but also smart, also athletic, also dangerous, also Ruth, who stole thy home 10 times, because he could, because he wanted, because nobody could stop him when timing, right, when moment, perfect, when Ruth decided he's stealing home. Numbers don't lie, records don't lie. Ruth, 10, Henderson, 8, impossible, improbable, true. That's baseball. That's Ruth. That's legend. Defying expectations. Always. If this story of unexpected athleticism and baseball intelligence inspired you, please subscribe for more surprising truths about Babe Ruth. Eat and comment. What's something you accomplished that nobody expected from you?